right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cage Warriors Academy Southeast number 25. Are we ready to see some awesome fights this evening? No, you got to be louder than that. Are you ready to see some awesome fights? That's better. All right, ladies and gents, we're going to move on to our first fight this evening. This is a bout in the 170 pounds division in the amateur MMA. What we're going to do first, we're going to welcome into the cage an independent fighter in the blue corner. His name, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the cage, Marcus Andre Hovde. Welcoming his opponent in the red corner, fighting out of Fight Sport UK. Welcome into the cage, Thomas Majerczuk.
All right, we're ready set here for Cage Warriors Southeast Academy 25. Nick Albert joined by John McGuire. First up, we're looking at Marcus Hovde versus Thomas Majerczuk.
And Thomas straight in. Nice straight shot to start with.
Now, Hovde is a independent fighter, and he didn't have the fear that you normally see from an independent fighter when it came out. He stood right in there, and he's actually trying to control the cage now.
Yeah, he is. He's controlled it. Looks like he's already marked up, though, from that first exchange.
Yeah, well, Majerczuk, when he came in, he was throwing nice straight punches that were landing, and he got a few, both cheeks in the forehead.
Nice leg kick there.
Now, what's interesting when they're two young amateurs is that feeling out process. Once you've been fighting for a while, you know kind of what to expect, but that first time in, it tends to be like, uh-oh, what's really happening here?
Again, nice straight backhand.
He's throwing good combinations, but he does have a nice red mark across his, you could say, sides from that body kick that was thrown.
Still looks like they're in the feeling out process here.
And it's interesting, as with Hovde is the one that's kind of taken the center of the cage and is more of the stalking down. And Majerczuk, when he does engage, he's throwing really nice clean combos, straight punches, but then he tends to be the one that's circling out, trying to look for angles.
Yeah, and I'd like him to push forward a bit more. He needs to, instead of keep backing up, that's why he keeps getting caught with the kicks, backing up, and as you can see, that side is looking very red.
And I think a lot of it as well is his footwork. If you're looking at it, he's not really light on his feet as he's stepping. He's more, it almost seems labored to get to that angle.
Still feeling each other out a lot here.
And a lot of this as well, I think, is truly finding a range. Whenever Majerczuk does engage, he seems to be okay, but he's still on his back foot. He's not really taking that center of the cage. Again, with the high body kick.
Thomas needs to throw a jab a bit more to find his range. Because he looks like he's struggling with the range, like you said. He's circling, backing up. He needs to throw that jab and get his range.
And once he does that, he's going to be able to unload on the combos that we saw at the beginning part of this round. But it's really dependent on when he feels comfortable in that area.
Yeah, look, nice leg kick again.
Hovde went to it 6 or 7.
always be honest.
Touch of the gloves. It's kind of difficult for those of you watching at home. I know they're both wearing black trunks. Hovde's the one with the dreadlocks, whereas Majerczuk is the one with the high and tight. That's the only way we're going to be able to tell them apart, as they're both wearing the same exact color trunks.
So Thomas at least backing up again. He needs to throw this jab and find his range. That's a bit better, but he should be jabbing, finding his range, not being getting pushed around.
Now, when you're in there and you're having success with things, you're throwing combinations, in your mind, do you think I need to continue with that, or is that what you learn over time?
You learn that over time, but if it's working, you normally stick to it. But also, you don't go to the well too many times, because if your opponent starts to read you, and then he can start to counter. I said that he should Thomas should be doubling this jab up just to find his range, because he seems that he's thrown this jab and missing, and his kicks he's missing.
Yeah. Hovde still taking that center of the cage. He's throwing those really heavy leg kicks. You can see now the almost purplish red.
The fire, and they're going to hurt tomorrow, as you know. They're not very nice.
No. And it's the thudding ones that tend to be the ones that you wake up in the morning and you go, oh, that was that thudding one. That wasn't the slap one.
No, the meat on meat.
Yeah. Hovde's still controlling the center of the cage, and he's doing it the right way. I would like to see him cut the cage off more, because I think he would be able to throw that leg kick to cut it off more. But he's pressing the action. He's the one moving forward.
Agree, and like I said, as Thomas is circling, he should throw a kick, stop him circling, because Thomas seems to be only circle one way.
I think he just heard you.
Yeah, he's only going one way, which again, that's because they're only amateurs. That comes with time, mixing it up.
The highlight reel can happen if you, even as a professional, get to that point where you always circle the
Oh, there it is, head kick. He circled into it.
And that was just it. He set that up by reading, okay, this is the only way that he circles.
Yeah. He's changed directions now. He's moving. But that was a nice head kick. That hurt. That stung. He's on the retreat. Thomas is backing up, but he should just shake it off. There it is again.
And now Hovde's really got to think, I've got him now to where I've
and Thomas, I don't know if you noticed that, Thomas Thomas has got to make some adjustments in this round. And his corner should, in my opinion, I think he's 2 rounds down, so he needs a big round.
He needs to press the action.
It looks like he looks a bit more intense in this round coming forward. It looks like it.
Yep, but then he's falling right back to
there we go. This is what he needs. His corners must have told him he's behind, and he needs to push the action. But they circle him one way again. Look at the circle. He's gone all the way around the cage in one direction.
And Marcus, he hasn't changed. His facial expression hasn't changed. He's still in the center of the cage. He's still pressing the action. Hands are nice and high every time he comes in, so he's protecting his chin.
And I said, Thomas, look, circling again, same way. Circle, but He needs to change angles a bit more. Circle the other way.
And he can't lunge in on those punches.
Nope.
He's got to close the distance, throw the punches. If he wants to circle out or get out, that's fine. But he's jumping in and jumping out. And he doesn't have the speed or the reach to be able to pull that off.
If I was Marcus, as he's circling, I'd throw the kick to the body. As he's circling, the wall is only just circling.
Yeah, he's circling in, throw that lead leg kick, or lead body kick.
Like he's circling to the right circle, he should throw the lead body kick.
Well,
That's what I'd do. Look, he's not changed direction once, he's just going one way with a circle. Look.
And here's the thing, every time, and if you notice now, Marcus has changed stance just to do that. He saw what was going on, and he switched stance to throw that power kick.
That's right. Instead of being like that, it's a better move, more power.
And Thomas is again looking down at that leg.
Yeah.
That's not. He just feints and he jumps halfway back across the cage.
I'd like to see Marcus like throw this leg kick, keep throwing the leg kick, then switch up high again.
Go inside leg kick and then go high kick.
Yep.
And that inside leg kick will also slow him down on
slow him down.
That circling.
Especially when he keeps looking at the foot.
Yep.
That's a bit better from Thomas. But he needs more.
Now, with 40 seconds left, he really needs to press the action. And the only way he's going to be able to do that is to stop this circling and engage.
Marcus has switched stance again. Nice low kick there.
There's a great league leg, outside leg kick. That leg is completely red now.
I noticed Thomas is spitting his gum shield out a bit. He's popping his gum shield out his mouth.
Yeah, which
shows a bit of fatigue probably, or his gum shield isn't fit.
Yeah, and if it's not fit, that's not good. Now they're hammering leg kicks. We'll set it up to Craig Powell for the decision.
All right then, ladies and gentlemen, we have your winner after 3 hard-fought rounds. In the blue corner, unanimous decision, Marcus Andre Hovde.
Yeah.